Alright, so today I'm making a video about how to change a thermocoupler, or in this case I'm changing the whole pilot assembly for American Standard water heater. The water heater went off. You know, you gotta look for a lot of things when it comes to the water heater, why it's not working. Maybe it's the gas. There's no gas. In LA we have earthquake valves. Maybe the earthquake valve it's shut. But in this case, we already determined if it's a thermocouple. So the thermocouple is this piece right here, this copper piece. We're gonna unscrew it from here. We gotta unscrew this right here. We gotta unscrew this other one right here. We gotta take out the screws. I started already. There's one here, there's one here. So I'm not gonna go in detail with this because depending on your water heater, your screws and the housing is gonna be different. So I'm gonna take this 6 screws off. If you have the same water heater, it's a 5/16 that you need. In this case, I have my driver here, so I'm gonna be doing that right now, replacing this. In this case, you can see right here, this is damaged too, because somebody tried to touch it, fix it, or I don't know, and this piece got damaged. It's a gas supply. So basically, by getting the whole kit, comes with the striker, the thermocouple, and the gas supply. So it's the whole assembly. So we're gonna be replacing that, and that's gonna take care of the problems. But again, yeah, this one has a leak because they tried to tie it, and I guess they broke this because they're very sensitive. So you gotta be careful. So I can record while I'm working with my hands right now, but let me continue taking out the screws. These two are a little hard to get to, but you can manage it. Alright, so I got the screws off. You can see my screws are off. So I just want to show you again, this is the thermocouple. In this case, by somebody trying to fix the thermocouple, they damaged the supply line, and we just had to shut the gas off because the smell was really strong. That's an indication, if you smell gas, that there's a leak. So in this, again, is a lot of times we want to do it ourselves. Just make sure you be careful. Anybody can do it. Anything is possible. Just be careful with what you're doing. So one thing I want to show you is, for those that don't know, this just comes off. So this is like the striker that you press and to get a spark. So this one comes off. So let me see if I can do it as so I'm holding my phone, but you can be careful and just pull this out. Just pull it. Just grab it with both hands. So here's the whole assembly. There's what I'm taking off. This is what I'm replacing. Again, you can buy it in the plumbing supply. Order it depending on your water heater. One thing you can see is if you have no idea of what you're doing, if you will call the manufacturer, here's a serial number, model number, It tells you manufacturer date. In this case, it tells you, so you 6 years warranty, and you can see right here that still under warranty. We're on 2025, so it still covers. Otherwise it costs you about 130, 140, something like that. Otherwise, if it's just a thermocouple, you can replace it as well. In this case, I'm replacing the whole assembly. But if you're just replacing the thermocouple, so what you want to do is, again, once I'm gonna pull this out, I can't because this doesn't let me, so I have to take out, you see that right there, so I have to unscrew it. That's gonna help me take that out, and now I'm gonna be able to pull out the whole burner. So that's why you just gotta be careful, don't pull it, okay? Again, my videos are always gonna be intent for not edit and just show you fractions of, but show you in detail how you do it. That way you don't have to do something that then you're gonna regret it. All right. So, but if you're gonna replace a thermocouple, what you're gonna have to do is, in this case, the thermocouple was already replaced before. So all you have to do is, because you're not replacing the whole assembly, and the assembly comes with this rubber gasket right here, you do a cut, a very clean cut. In this case, it was done already. Once I pull it out, you're gonna be able to see it, so that way you can take it out, pull the thermocouple out, and change it and put everything back. Okay, so again, let me take out this right here. I wish I wouldn't turn the phone off, so I can show you guys. So what I'm doing, I'm doing it with this. So I'm gonna reach down there, just take that one off and come back with you guys. Okay, so I got it loosened up with the ratchet. So again, also one thing you want to make sure is be careful with all the parts. See, so it's down there. I'll get it right now. Put all your parts aside, your pieces, your screws. One thing I do recommend is, if you are taking, like in this case, this part right here, do a recording of the way, the position it is, how it looks, so that way you can always go back and look at the video or pictures of what you're taking out. That's gonna help a lot, because all water heaters are different, like the thermocouple. This is very important. The space between the I'm gonna take this off, but the thermocouple, the space between the thermocouple and the gas, the igniter, it's very important. It's very crucial. So you gotta make sure that you got that. And in this case, if you're replacing the thermocouple, just the thermocouple, make sure you take pictures or video, even tape measure, and measure the distance. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. Alright, so again, so I got this off. Have to play with it, take it out, but sorry for all the movement. So here it is. Okay, so remember I was talking to you about the space. This is the time you want to take a picture. Maybe you want to grab a tape measure and you want to measure the length between. This is the thermocouple. Why they go bad is because you see they're all burned out. So a lot of times, if you don't have the part, what you want to do is want to grab something to clean it, a brush to clean it. So what I use to clean is this, which is just a brush to clean my copper fittings. So you want to grab it and just clean it really good around it. Again, it's very crucial, the space between the thermocouple and your gas. It's very crucial. So if you go more out, it's not gonna do the trick. If you go in, it's not gonna do it. So you gotta make sure it's in the same position. Okay. So I'm taking this out right now. What I'm gonna do is switch it. So there is the burner. So right now we're gonna be replacing this. We already took out these are all loose. So let me do that right now. All right, so let me pull this out. Again, trying to do everything with one hand. Just recording this video with my phone. So let's take this out. So you got it off. Okay. See, this is what I was telling you about. When you're replacing the thermocouple, all you have to do is a clean cut right there. That way you put it back in. You see how it's gonna look nice and like nothing happened. You put it back in this hole like nothing happened. That's if you're gonna replace the thermocouple. So you grab it. This is a thermocouple. Grab it. And you're gonna have to take out, if you're just gonna clean it, this is a great moment to clean it. That's if you take it out like I just did. I don't take them out when I'm just gonna clean them. If it's an emergency, you know, it's late, everything is closed, just clean it. Another thing before I forget is, you see all this gunk right here. It's all from the burning. You want to make sure you clean all that now that you took it out. Just make sure you can clean it with a vacuum. If some guys will blow it, however you want to do it, I don't know. Just make sure you clean it. I try not to use anything that can damage it, so I just clean it with a rag. So that's that. Another thing is, be careful with this gasket right here. Okay, now before they were very sensitive, they'll break easy. Now they're more durable, so you don't have to worry much about it, but just keep an eye on it. Okay, because once everything goes back in place, you gotta make sure this is intact. Okay, so if you will replace the thermocouple, if you're replacing a thermocouple, let me show you how I take it out. So if you're replacing the thermocouple, what I do is grab my channel locks. This is how I do it, and I just grab one end right here, the other one from the tip. Again, you gotta be super careful, and I just start pushing it down, closing my channel locks. See it? Okay, so again, don't go crazy there. We got it off. This is your thermocouple here. It's all burned. It's all wormed out. All right. So now again I don't have a new thermocouple because I'm replacing the whole assembly. You know, the whole pilot assembly. This is my new one. Again, this is the same one. So this is comes with a new thermocouple, the gas, your spark. You see right here, you can see that the distance, what I'm telling you again is this distance from between these two it's very crucial. So that is, if you're replacing the assembly, the whole assembly, then we're just gonna put it back just like we took it off, follow the steps backwards. But if you just bought the thermocouple, again right here, remember the cut. What you're gonna do, let's pretend this is my new, it's the old one, but let's just pretend it's the new one. I put it back in my cut, you see it, and I'm gonna put it back in just like I took it off, back in, you see it. And this is the moment where you want to take out your phone, your pictures, and see that it matches the distance between thermocouple and your gas. If you don't do that, you're gonna put everything back together thinking, oh, okay, let's call it a day, honey, we're back in business, and then you notice that it's not turning on. Why? Because this is not in the proper place. Okay, it's very crucial. Okay, so once you put it in place, you got your whole assembly back on. In this case, I took it out to show you guys. But normally I wouldn't go through all the process of taking it out. I'll just do it in place over there. That way I don't have to take everything out. So I would just do it here. But if it's easier, just take it out. So that's the process. Again, you take it out, it's a good idea to just make sure everything is nice and clean. In this case, so the thermocouple went out again, but it turned out that this supply, the hose, I know my phone, it's not allowing it, but there's a leak right there in the gas, so this piece is broken. So that's the main reason I'm replacing the whole assembly, pilot assembly, because of the gas. Otherwise you can just, if it's the thermocouple, just replace the thermocouple. If it's still under warranty, might as well get the whole assembly. Okay, I that's my suggestion. Just get the whole assembly. You're gonna, that way you don't have to figure out the distance. The whole assembly, just it's already comes from manufacturer, so you don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna put everything back. I'm gonna swap this out. Again, if the water heater keeps on going off, you turn it back on, it lids for 2 hours, then goes off again. That's a big sign of the thermocouple. You know, I can make another video of several issues why your water heater is not heating. But you know, if you don't have gas, now we can think that it's something with a control valve. Okay, if it could be something with the gas from the main. But when you have gas, you turn on your water heater, then it turns back off. 1 hour, 2 hours later, I can guarantee you that is your thermocouple. So let me put everything, like I said, let me put everything back. Alright, so I got my pilot assembly in place. One thing I want to make sure to not skip is that, again, when you're putting this assembly, if you're putting it show you how to take it out. Now put it in. Is you don't put it in outside. You have to put the pilot, the whole burner assembly inside. Put the pilot assembly in with the burner in, and now you can put it back in and put the nut. Okay, you gotta make sure you do that. If you put it back together outside, it's not gonna fit, because again, remember, this won't go in or it won't come out. Okay, so again, first you gotta, just like when we took it out, we take it out from inside, unscrew it, loosen this out, and now we can bring it out. And same thing when you're putting it back, you do it from the inside. Okay, that's a very important. I hope I'm not confusing anyone with that. And this now, all you have to do is push it in. Okay, so you gotta just make sure there's a lip, and that lip goes inside. Okay, once it's inside, it's in place, then we are good to go. I'm so sorry, I keep on moving the camera. Okay, but that's how you're gonna do that. So let me keep on working on it, put it back, the screws, put everything back together. Basically, that's all you have to do. All right, so I got that in place. I push it in. So all you have to do is put this in here. You're gonna grab your thermocouple, and remember, everything goes back how you took it out. Okay, thermocouple goes on the left hand side. You just screw it there, and then you got your supply, and you're gonna put it in this side, the right. So left, middle, and right. Okay, so let me go back in business and finish tying this stuff. Another thing is, you don't want to go crazy on tying, because it's gonna happen what whoever broke this piece right here is that they go crazy putting stuff together, back together. Just, if it's tight, it's tight. You don't have to overturn, do anything. That's why you got to be very careful with what you're doing. I have some nut drivers that once it hits a certain pressure, they just don't crank anymore. They just stop. All right, so let me continue. All right, one thing I want to point out is, when you're screwing this part right here, always go with the one in the middle first, then you go on the side ones. You can go on this first, this one, then this one, then this one. Okay, again, don't go crazy on tying them. Always use the right tools. Okay, so we're gonna go here and tie it. Okay, another thing very important is, when you're putting back the screws, so what I do is, I don't put them all the way in. I just guide it, like so all of them are just right there, the tips only. Okay, because if you put them, you screw one and all the way in, you're gonna have a hard time putting the rest. So now that I have it all in place, now I can go ahead and start tying them. Okay, that you do want to make sure that they're nice and tight, because this seal right here needs to be very tight. Otherwise, you're gonna get air, you're gonna get gas. You don't want that. Okay, so let's continue with doing that and turning on the water heater. Another thing too is, remember, we've got to put back our striker. Here's here's our new piece, but it's not gonna come with the striker. So here's our old one, and we're just gonna put it back in. Okay, so we'll put it back, and we just slide it again to protect, so when it's giving the spark, it's not going everywhere. It doesn't, or you can get shocked, which is not a big deal, right? And just make sure you put it back like it was, you know. I like leaving it in the way that it comes, you know. Like I put it like if a professional did it, right? Back. Don't leave it just hanging, you know, here. Nice, because then you're gonna put your cover, you know, so make sure everything it's nice and inside, you know, here. So we're gonna go ahead and start screwing. And it's, in this case, it was an easy one because it's outside. It's not that complicated, but when it's inside a house, you don't have light, you need a flashlight, you don't have much space if it's in a closet, you know. Screw it. This one's right here is pretty hard to get to. One thing I want to show you is what I do use in the ratchet is I use this swivel, so it swivels right here, so it helps you get in those spots. You just gotta replace this one and put a shorter socket, and the swivel does help a lot. Okay, so let me get back in business and come back. All right, so everything's back together. One thing I should have said it from the beginning is always make sure you shut off your gas. Okay, I'm ready to turn it on. So how do you turn it on? You put it in pilot. I always give it up some pumps to let gas in, hold it, and then you strike it. At the same time you're doing this right here, and you're gonna be able to see when it lets. You're gonna see the striker, then when it lights. Okay, so we did that. I'm already good to go. So what I'm gonna do is, once I got it lit, just turn it to on, you know. And if you want more details, you can always read your guidance. Okay, in this case, this is the kind of control valve we have. So if you have like a Honeywell, probably is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be slightly different. So on, and I just turn it to my desire. As a professional, I have to leave it where it indicates, which is right here. Okay, past that, you're already putting it more higher, so I leave it here. If the customer wants, they can put it to A, B, C, or very hot. I have to leave it here. You have kids at home, leave it here at this setting. Okay, so you can hear it. Okay, so there it is. And that is how you replace a thermocouple or just a whole pilot assembly. Alright, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want to see any other how-to videos in terms of plumbing. I'm here to help.